Hello. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why customer success is not sales. This is a myth I have been trying to understand, debunk, and also out of curiosity, trying to understand what sales is, what sales process is like. Because as I said, if you're in my previous video, if your customer success role has revenue attached to it, if you have a revenue metric, which is your key component of your customer success role in your organization, and if you're a CSM who's directly managing and impacting the recurring revenue, then what can happen is that in the nature and the course of your job, as macro and microeconomic environment changes, a lot of your conversations and a lot of your relationship building with the customers in and around the time of renewal can become so focused on discussing the pricing for the renewal, on discussing the subscription for the renewal, on discussing what and how they will renew with, that it might feel a little bit salesy because there is a dollar component attached to it. But is customer success really sales? Like, is it really sales? So let's go back to the basics. The basic is, let's understand the difference in the nature of customer success and sales in the job as a CSM and a salesperson. The one biggest fundamental difference, even if it's a customer that you and your sales rep both would have as in your shared install base, if you have a customer who both you and a growth specialist are working on, the one fundamental difference is, for a sales rep, it's an opportunity based relationship. You understand that, your sales rep understands that, your customer understands that as well. Because it's an opportunity based relationship, if there's an opportunity detected, the sales team will spend time on that opportunity. As soon as they understand that this is not an opportunity that is going to manifest at the moment, or is never going to manifest, or it's actually not a qualified lead, they're going to move on to the next lead. They're going to move on to the next thing in their pipeline. Not because they don't care about the customer. They care about the customer and they're solving for the customer, because if the customer does not need something, they are not going to spend customers' time on trying to explore that opportunity. And they're not going to spend their time trying to explore that opportunity. But in the same situation, where does the customer success manager fit in? If there is an opportunity that came up and the sales specialist was discussing this with the customer, and who is this growth specialist going to go to get more information about that customer? They're going to come to the CSM. They're going to come to the CSM because whether there is an opportunity for growth or not, or whether there's a risk for churn or not, as a CSM, you will continue to have consistent, recurring conversations with the customer, build a long-term relationship, and be their advocate. Be the person who they can trust when it comes to your company, your product, and your subscription that they are paying on. This is the core fundamental difference. Whether there's an opportunity or not, I, as a CSM, am going to give 100% of my attention and my care and my empathy and my advocacy for my customer in my book. And everyone in the CS org, outside of the customer success manager role as well, are working towards this consistent long-term relationship. What's the result of it? Recurring revenue, retention and recurring revenue. So if I do have a dollar component attached to my role as a customer success manager, that dollar component eventually is recurring revenue, in whichever form that recurring revenue is recorded. And if I want my CSMs, if I'm a team lead and I want my CSMs to perform well in their recurring revenue metric, I want to motivate them to get their basics right. And the basic nature of the CSM job is to build a relationship, to identify the usage potential, to identify the usage gaps, and to create enablement for the CSMs to drive usage, but also for the customers to be able to imbibe and utilize that usage enablement and do have the usage for those features that they're not utilizing. So that's one thing established. Next thing, so if you have revenue attached to CS, and if retention and growth is a part of your customer success model, if your CSMs are responsible for not only the retention revenue dollars, but also for the growth and upsell dollars, then this is an opportunity for sales and customer success to work together. So we don't need to necessarily look at it's either sales or customer success. As I mentioned in my previous video, both are revenue generating models, both are revenue generating engines. One is bringing you the net new business, one is bringing you the net new additional business, and the other is bringing you the recurring business and is bringing you growth to your recurring business. So how do sales and customer success work together? The more collaboration sales and customer success have, and this is where a joint install base comes in picture. If you have your sales and customer success managers working together on your particular customers, on a tier of customers, and if you are sharing them with both the growth specialists and customer success managers, you're creating a space for them to collaborate. You're giving them the opportunity to collaborate and share with each other. How do CSMs and sales work together better? CSM and sales work together better when they collaborate better. And how can you collaborate better? The only way to collaborate better is to have recurring continuous conversations. Just the way that you're having recurring continuous conversations with your customers, have your monthly check-ins with your sales rep. And if your company is built around a model where marketing team and sales team and customer success team, they all look at each of these functions separately, as a leader, here's your opportunity to bring them together. Bring sales and customer success together by giving them shared accounts, by helping them come together and connect on those accounts, by identifying how they can help each other in the growth of their customer's business with your business. And make this growth legitimate. Make the growth of your customer with you legitimate, serving your customer's need, serving your customer's business goal. Tie all of this back always. Every growth that you want in your company, tie it back to the growth of your customers. When you do that, you've built a successful model for a good revenue engine, which will bring the growth that is going to sustain the macro and microeconomic environment changes. I hope this video helps to understand how sales and CS are different, but also how sales and CS can work together and collaborate better. If you have any ideas or any questions, especially when it's about your organization, how your customer success models are built, how your customer success teams and sales team are working together, feel free to drop me a DM on LinkedIn. I'm more than happy to have a chat or to address those questions in my next videos. So please do feel free to send me your questions. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.